Hello all, I'm gonna be making a meme for the first time, so that's exciting. Because I saw this going around on Twitter and I thought I'd jump on the train. Because why the hell not?
Hello.
Hello, lovely to hear from you. How's your day been?
Pretty good. Quiet. Wednesdays don't generally have anything to do.
Oh, fairs. Same. I was very antsy
Yeah.
for most of the day, and then I was like, I'll go on a walk. And then it started raining, and then I was like, I won't go on a walk. And
Yeah.
because I was like, I'll just go back for my umbrella, and I was like, no, it's cold. I'm not going back outside.
Real. Yeah. No, I just came here from making my flatmate a Vampire the Masquerade character.
Oh, fun. What
Yeah.
was a build?
The build. You don't even understand Vampire the Masquerade, do you?
No. I'm just making
Okay.
conversation.
Yeah, it's just. Okay. How?
You walked me through it at
So.
one point.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah.
We
What did they
made
have?
a character together.
She had the ability to wipe a minute of memory from someone, is undetectable while staying still, can give people hallucinations. What else? Oh, and has the ability to make themselves more charismatic.
That's quite fun.
Yeah, I don't just. It's going to be a weird campaign because one of the players has never played. Well, that player has never played like anything similar before, and the other two are only familiar with D&D. So resources are going to be a bit different, but
If you got together, like, what's it called? Description and references, then I can start on that. Because right now I am attempting to make a meme.
A meme? Okay.
Yeah. Because there's just little trends, like micro trends on Twitter, and I was like, why don't I get on one of these and actually try to promote my comic?
Yeah, fair enough. Good idea. I have no idea what that meme is, but
it's just it's just a girl that's like taking a picture of herself flexing in the mirror, and then there's a girl in the background who's just gaping, and she's like, that was really cute. And someone just screenshotted on Twitter and said, guys, put all your bullish ships on here. So I'm coming with mine.
But it's not exactly the same thing. I mean, it's not exactly shipping when you make the characters.
Yeah, I guess, but I'm jumping on it regardless. I bet you gotta promote their material.
Yeah.
One of my flatmates had like a massive birthday party yesterday, and like it was actually like pretty much broken up by 10:30, which is quite nice. But he decided, or I don't know if he's talked into it, for doing 19 shots because he turned 19. So he was fucking this. Left one of the bathrooms in like an absolute state.
Yeah.
And there was a really big cake that he bought to share and stuff, and there was so much of it left over. I took a little bit in the morning. I wasn't with that person. I saw him later, and I was like, is your cake up for grabs? And he's like, oh yeah, there's so much of it. So I've collectively had like 6 pieces of that cake.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's free cake.
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking through Gillian Tidestrider art just because two like sea-related paladins. It's kind of a.
Hold on. Let me make you a little Pinterest board.
Hold on. I haven't found a piece particularly yet.
Some people have very creative designs for him.
There are indeed.
Oh,
They go through throughout the campaign. They go through a lot of character like redesigns.
oh, I love
They just like have
that.
a shopping spree at some point.
They have a what spree?
Pretty sure he gets like he get like they go on shopping sprees in the
Oh, I love
like on the
that.
pod, and he gets like a top knot after a certain point.
I'm seeing the art, and like I love how the one consistent thing is he has a majestic back.
Back.
Yeah, like
Like,
broad and muscled.
yeah.
Every
I mean,
single
he
one of
is-
these pieces, he has got a very broad and muscled back.
I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of titles to carry.
Oh, I should get back into just roll. I've just been. Actually, I was going to say I managed to get out of feeling really antsy by watching the first few episodes of Invincible season 3. It's probably my favorite season yet. I think it's really fun what they're doing. I love it. Feels like they really hit something great. But that's I like that grit. I like the government grittiness. That's like a special favorite of mine.
Yeah, I don't think I still just I like the first season too much.
The first season is good. Like it had such a good conceit.
Like it had a through line of a story following Nolan.
Yeah.
Which
that's what I mean by like, you know, just general story conceit. It was really good.
Yeah. But it also had the worst of Amber in it, so like
they just did not know what to do with her. Like
she's literally better in the comics though, from what I've been told.
So I believe that.
A direct problem. It's a direction problem that the show took.
Yeah.
And I think it was pushed in an angle that was just a bit too far because I don't know.
We all
they were
know that
trying
it wasn't going to work out.
Well, yeah, they like, but they also. What was the problem? Was that it was too.
Spider-Man?
No, it was. I don't know if this was a show problem more than it was a comics problem, but like her getting unjustifiably pissed off at Mark while knowing that he was a superhero without him having told her yet.
Yeah.
It was such like a manipulative bitch move. Like they tried to make, I think they were pushed to make the type of strong female character that doesn't work and ends up just being worse than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I agree with that.
And yeah, like her representation in the third season is absolutely fine.
I mean, we just haven't seen her. She's just not fucking here.
Huh?
I mean, well, I haven't seen her yet. I've only seen 2 episodes. I just said I've only seen 2 episodes.
Okay, that's not real. I'm sorry, that's not much of a spoiler.
Okay, fine. I'm glad they haven't fucked her off because that's such a common thing to do. Like, create a character who's a love interest, and then once she's not there anymore, she's just gone. So I'm glad they haven't done that.
Yeah.
At the very least. Hopefully
I've got an unrelated question.
Yeah.
But it's not unrelated. You no, you haven't seen any of Breaking Bad.
Nope.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, the rest of season 3, fuck. I mean,
okay, I'm really enjoying what I've seen thus far, and I'm hoping for the best that this through line continues because I'm having such a good time. I think what they've done is great.
Oh, it is good. It's got much. It doesn't have as much of a through line as the first season, but it's got.
I'm fine with not having like as much of a conceit. I think shows can pull that off.
It's not like stuff does feel a bit disconnected in it, but they all have a similar theme of like what Mark is going through.
Also, can I just say, like, maybe this is problematic. I'm on Cecil's side, like, or at least of what I've seen.
No, that is a popular opinion. That is, and it's not exactly my opinion. My opinion is that Cecil is correct, but Mark is in the right. because
That's fair.
you can't say that Cecil did everything correct
I'm
if
not
he
saying
lost.
that.
If
I'm saying that
Martin
he's a
on his side.
point. Like, Cecil
No,
is a very
he's
bad person doing
absolutely.
bad shit. But he does have a point.
But no, he's not a terrible person.
I said he's a bad person, not a terrible person.
No, okay. What is the worst thing he's done?
Let's see. I don't know, because I think because the show's so complex, like just generally morally, with all the shit that's going on, and how every character reacts differently to it, I think it's very hard to categorize, because you can just point at something where some character might have an argument for something else. Like, my mind jumps to Donald, but he supposedly had okayed everything.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's just really interesting. I just really like what they've done with him. His point about superhero danger is mostly what I'm getting at.
Yeah, and I mean, you see from... Wait, you've seen him dealing with Omni-Man, right?
Yeah.
Like, you've seen his backstory stuff?
I've just seen up to that, I think. I don't know if there's more. But the last thing of his backstory scene was meeting Omni-Man.
Yeah, so there was... I don't think I don't think bad person is the right thing.
He's complex. He's very morally gray.
He's a character doing an incredibly important job.
Yes.
And he can't fuck that up.
Yeah, that's fair. I think
so
it's
won't,
really but I think it's like he says, like, well, that line that he took from like his mentor figure where you can be a good person or you can save the world, that I think like it sums it up very well.
And yeah.
I think
the problem is that he's got zero charisma. He's got probably a 10 at best in charisma.
Yeah.
That's
probably why I like him
a lot.
Does not
say the right things. He has never said the right thing at the right time.
That's probably it. His lack of charisma makes me think it's just like slightly relatable, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, like, because Mark's issue with him was A, Darkwing, B, Sinclair.
I also fully forgot about that because I had not caught up with it in a while. So I was like, Mark, you've killed people, haven't you? What? What's going on here? Wait, but he's...
Well, Mark has killed one person. He's killed Angstrom Levy.
Yeah. No, I've caught up with all of that. Like, they've talked about it.
Yeah. But the problem was Sinclair, like, nearly killed.
Oh no, that is his anger at that. That is justified. Like I understand what Cecil's done and why he's using him, but his full-on just like rage at that is like completely understandable, and it would be really hard to accept any kind of that. Yeah, exactly.
It's completely justified given how Cecil phrased it. How Cecil phrased it. If Cecil has said, I am keeping him on constant monitoring, he literally doesn't have any freedom, he just makes these robots.
Yep.
In worst case scenarios. That is fine. That's not morally a problem.
I think his mentor probably had a lot of like, from what we saw of his mentor, I think he was quite charismatic.
He was a bit. I mean, his mentor wasn't really like... He wasn't characterized. I think there were some. There were definitely
differences, but like, it seemed like they were setting up so much of Cecil to be like really, really similar, and also just taking on like the little phrases he learned.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know enough about the guy. I've not watched the first 2 episodes very recently. I think the only bits of the first episode that I saw, or the first few episodes that I saw again, was the quitting scene, just because it was used in a thing talking about how fucking useless the Immortal is.
That's funny.
It's so true. He is actually like... He is...
My favorite thing about him is that he's supposedly Abraham Lincoln. I just think that's really funny.
No, he is Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, but supposedly, like, it's fiction. So, just like, in the story he is. Which is just... I love that. It's so funny.
He is thousands of years old and decided to be Abraham Lincoln for a bit, right?
Yeah.
And this isn't a spoiler. This was like
Yeah,
this
I
has
know.
been
No, I
covered
know. That's what I'm
before.
saying. It's hilarious. It's my favorite part.
But you have to think for a second. Abraham Lincoln got assassinated, right?
Yeah.
And we
Ooh.
see the scene where he like uses that, and like he's like, no, actually, I'm tired of being a politician. So he is kind of to blame for Jim Crow law in America.
Oh, that's wild.
So he just kind of let that happen by deciding to pretend like he just died.
Well, we also know that he just fucks off whenever he likes, because like what happened with like Kate and just keeping her a secret.
Yeah, and also Kate is so fucking dumb. Like, yeah, no, Kate
It's
is
such
not
a dick thing to do to make everyone think you're dead. You could have just
Yeah,
said, "I need
literally,
a
like-
break. I had a near-death experience. Give me some time. I know I'm a superhero. Just can I have a month to go away, please? The world's not ending."
I have a feeling they sort of did that just to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to give Rex like the sort of first time that the audience is morally on the side of Rex.
I feel like we've been on it. Like,
'Cause-
there's been more instances where we've
No.
been on his side. No.
No, no, we've been on his side, but not like in a moral way that
Oh.
often. We've like obviously in the Lizard League, yes, you were on his side the
Yeah.
whole time. That's like one of the best scenes in the show.
Oh, it was so cool.
but,
Then
like-
everybody just like they went nuts over the whole like, what if Ant-Man went small inside whatever the guy's name is.
Yeah, and then the guy just swallows like.
Oh, it was, my
Yikes.
favorite thing was like in Sarcastic Chorus's review of that. I'd seen like the thumbnail before I watched it, and it was just her holding like a little sign that says "Gobble me." And I was like, oh, okay. Then I saw the thing, went back to Sarcastic's Chorus, and just like video, and just lost it just looking at the thumbnail.
Yeah.
It's just one of those instances.
I mean, you know, first of all, to a comic difference, Ray is a guy in the comics, and
Oh.
died there.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Like
Oh.
they
What an idiot.
kept Ray alive
I.
for a reason, and I am yet to figure that out.
Oh,
yet.
she's being shipped with what's his face.
Rex,
Yeah.
who is probably at this point, in my opinion, like the most compelling character in season 3. To be honest.
Okay. Well, I will maybe watch more of it after stream, and I hope my Apple Pencil charges quick, because I forgot that unplugging it from my computer just ends the iPad stream. So we're just stuck here with no visuals for a minute.
Oof.
Can you just, I got some images of what's his face. I could get some more.
Oh, I'll let's find some.
Just give me like,
Because obviously I don't want it.
I'm just gonna get some things with tentacles. Like, I can do Pinterest on my own.
Yeah. I mean, for tentacles, just like Slender Man, sort of back tentacle thing. Just maybe a bit slimmer.
Man. Back. I can spell.
That's gonna
Tentacle.
find some weird images.
I don't care. It's Pinterest. They can't have 18 plus on there. Oh, that's what Slender Man looks like. I
Yes,
like-
Slender Man is a Tumblr sexy man. Yes, it is
I'm
true.
basic.
Yeah. Didn't win though. I don't think he was even on the ballot.
Oh, why? He's so tall and he's got tentacles.
Yeah, but considering all of the other characters that were on
Who
it,
else
like,
was there?
Huh?
Who else was there?
The Onceler from the Lorax.
Fuck him. He doesn't have tentacles.
Jack Skellington.
Oh, okay, no, fair. Move him to the top of the list. He's daddy.
Sans Undertale.
Fuck him.
Who won,
Why?
by the way.
What does he have? He's just kind of surly.
Clearly you do not understand.
Yeah, I don't. I never finished the game.
Spamton from Deltarune, who didn't get that far. In fact, let me actually find. I'm gonna find the
Alright, that's enough charge.
the exact
Alright, we're back.
How did it go? It was
Jack Skellington should have won. Did he get second place?
no. Reagan from.
Can I make it
Psycho
order?
did.
Who? I
Uh,
want to do this now. I want to reorder the Tumblr sexy men.
Reagan from Mob Psycho. Okay, so I found the. Wait, I want to find the original image. Okay, so the competitors were. That has not loaded properly. So from the characters that I can recognize, because I can't recognize all of them, we have Bill Cipher,
Ugh.
Megamind,
Fair.
Sans, Mr. King Dice from Cuphead, Wheatley from Portal 2,
Don't know.
the white-haired fuck from Danganronpa,
I love him!
Jack Skellington, who
Let's hear it
lost
for Jack
to,
Skellington!
who immediately fucking lost to
How?
To a fucking Pokemon character.
Oh, fuck off.
What's his name? No, you haven't seen the character. Everyone loves this guy for some reason.
I don't care.
Yeah, who went on to sweep all the way up until semifinals. Spamton, and then Reagan from Mob Psycho, who beat Herobrine from, I guess, Minecraft. I mean, he's not actually in Minecraft, that's the point, but like... And so the brackets went, Bill Cipher beat Megamind, Sans beat King Dice, Whitehead Fuck from Danganronpa lost to the Pokemon guy, and Spamton lost to Reagan. Then Sans beat Bill Cipher, Reagan beat Pokemon guy, and then Sans beat Reagan by literally 0.1% votes. And then the Queen died.
Wait, this was in 2022?
This is the order of events that happened. A matter of days after the results were... No, I think it was the day the result got posted, the Queen died.
So 2022?
So, yeah.
Oh, I thought this was an older thing.
Fan interpretation is that she stayed alive just long enough to see the results of this poll, and she she was found peace at the end of it.
That's quite funny.
And then the result of that poll led to Toby Fox writing fan fiction about how Sans won against Reagan.
Who's Toby Fox?
The maker of Undertale.
Everything I've heard about him just makes him sound like an absolute legend.
He is. Yeah. I mean, I could tell you about his old, like, 15-year-old self that was edgy and immature, but
who cares?
I mean, you shouldn't really hold that against him. Yeah.
Holding people's like child selves against them, I think, is just kind of stupid.
Yeah, even if they made a
well, it depends what they did.
ROM hack for a game. Well, okay, they made
murdered
a ROM
somebody.
hack for a game. No, okay, no, he made a ROM hack for a game that used like a couple of slurs in it when he was a kid, and has proceeded to not do that again since.
Also, like, depends on the era, because there was just overrun, like, the internet was just overrun with that at some, like, a while back.
Oh, yeah, no, this was, like, what would it be, like, 2011?
Right.
Actually, when did the Halloween hack come out? Yeah, okay, it was released in 2008.
Yeah. Everybody kind of doing that.
Yeah, I mean, the whole scene is jarring because it is literally before the final boss fight, and you know the song Megalovania, I assume.
Yeah, I've heard. Oh, it's good. I like that one.
So, fun fact, there are 4 versions of Megalovania in official releases of stuff. There is the one from Undertale.
Yeah.
There is the one from Super Smash Brothers, which is different from the one from Undertale. There is the one from Homestuck, the webcomic, which is once again a bit different. And then there is the one from the Halloween hack, which is the fan game or the ROM hack that Toby made back in 2008 for the final boss theme of that game. And the last line, obviously I'm not going to say this verbatim, but the last line before the final boss fight of that game, before Megalovania starts playing, is this old man walking up to you and saying, or doing a speech, and then ending it with TLDR, eat shit F-slur.
Oh my god.
And proceed to final boss fight while starts playing.
Yeah.
Which is jarring as fuck, but is also... Like, I don't condone it, but, like, I see where he was coming from.
Yeah.
From the mindset he must have had when he was a kid.
I suppose. Like, probably with the right like, if he had, like, good enough delivery, I probably would have laughed out of shock. And then be like, well, that was kind of fuck you, I guess, but...
Yeah.
I hate slurs. I don't really get people who are allowed to say them, and do anyway. Like, I don't know. They're always like, words will hold that much power, but it's like, yeah, they do. And there's also a difference between, like, you know, using a slur, reclaiming it, and then making something new out of it, like queer, and then other ones which I can't say, and then using it still as an insult. I don't understand the still using as an insult.
Yeah. I mean, literally, I don't think there is a single slur that is the same. There is none of them have the exact same thing stuck behind them.
Yeah.
Like, even in terms of their origin. Like, most slurs started off in their creation in a hateful way. One doesn't, that I can think of, which is the R slur, which did start off as a medical diagnosis and then became a slur as people used it more and more.
Yeah, so I had to Google that, but...
Well, no, it was, like, up until, like, within... What must
I just mean, like, in terms of factfulness,
how long.
like, I would want to check your source.
Okay, okay, the word dates back to 1426.
That's all. Well, I actually know. I did know parts of it, like, before it became it. And I did know that it was before hateful and associated with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there is...
It's mostly because my dad tried to make the argument that he should be allowed to say, like, that word / similar words. And I was like, okay,
I mean, classical
don't say that around me.
Technically, classical musicians use at least part of the word on a regular basis because it's literally like half of a word for a musical ornament.
No, I understand that. And he was trying to, like, sort of explain, like, the idea of, like, I think the original word is, like, associated with, like, regression or something.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And therefore he should be able to say it and relate it to something. And I'm like, okay, then what are you describing? And he's like, well, sort of stupid. And I'm like, well, then you're equating people with special needs, particularly people with Down syndrome and autistic people.
Suddenly changed microphone, I think.
Idiots.
Yeah. So, etymology.
Yeah.
That was too similar to use, but from the Latin verb meaning to hinder or make slow.
Yes.
The English language, along with European ones, adopted the word and used it as a similar meaning, slow and delayed. In English, the word to decelerate would become a more common term than to which was, I think you can probably still find in literature.
Yeah, probably.
While in others, like French or Catalan, it is still common usage to mean delay.
Interesting.
It transitioned from an impartial term to one that is negatively loaded. For this reason, the term is now widely considered as degrading even when used in its original context. much like today's socially acceptable terms idiot and moron, which are also defined as some sort of mental disability, when the term is being used, it is pejorative. In its pejorative form, it is usually not being directed at people with mental disabilities. Instead, people use the term when teasing their friends as a general insult. Why did it end it like that?
That is still, like, offensive.
It is. No, I believe you.
Google, what
however,
the fuck?
This is Wikipedia.
Oh, Wikipedia, what the fuck? That's still bad.
No, okay. I've got a separate opinion.
This has shown me that this little like experiment that I'm doing has shown me that I need to give my characters longer necks, because apparently that's something I don't do.
That character's neck looks normal.
Yeah, I've traced someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't give them like that much neck normally, which is probably bad. I should probably improve my anatomy skills. This has been helpful.
Yeah. I think because I've talked to my old teammate about it a lot, about this word a lot, and he was autistic, and he was one. Well, first of all, he's a gamer, like an online gamer.
Yeah.
And so he said to me, I am more likely to get called this from playing Call of Duty than I am due to having autism.
That's fair.
Which, and yeah, it's...
Everybody got their perspective. I just don't like it at all.
I mean, yeah, of course. And like, oh, actually, I missed that bit. The end of it. How much do you care about the end of it?
Of what?
Like starting from the letter T. Because in French, that is the French and Catalan word to mean delay.
Well, like ARD.
T-A-D-R. No, T-A-R-D, sorry.
Well, that just sounds like tarde, like in Spanish. To be late.
Yeah. The opinion that guy had was, yeah, don't call people it, but also, but he had no problem with the word being used when it wasn't directed at someone.
That's fair. It just like makes me feel bad hearing it.
Exactly. Like which is why words like these, and this is okay. This is my take on these, is that these words are to be used depending on who it is intended to be heard by.
Yeah. That's
right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So now my self-admission is, me and that guy were such good friends that we did use that word when talking to each other in calls.
Yeah.
When it was just like me, him, and maybe let's not use his actual name. Off Milky.
Do I know who you're talking about?
Randy Locke.
Oh.
But in that scenario, there was no one being harmed because, yeah, it wasn't intended. No one else was intended to hear that.
That's fair, because like that would affect that person who would then allow you to say that.
Exactly.
Very useful.
But then, also, he likes the word phonetically.
That's just funny.
Like, and I've asked people about this before, just generally, like what people think of the word just like as a phonetic thing, and
well, they don't think you're being a dick.
Most people. I've just asked people this, like not randomly. I've just like said,
because just
thinking about this word.
I don't know, just saying that randomly makes me think that someone's like, so what do you think of this word slur?
No, I don't say it randomly to people. I've had it. I say it in conversations when it's like the topic.
Okay, it's just the way you phrase that.
Like, I have asked
our friends who we played D&D together when you guys were when you were in your 13 and we were in your 12.
Frankie.
I don't know who this is.
Frankie Ferber von Stain from your D&D campaign.
Oh.
I don't know. I can't find their Discord name.
Yeah, she has not spoken
We've
to
had a
me in a
conversation.
while.
Yeah, we talked about that at one point, and I
Hmm.
asked them, "What do you think about this word purely as a phonetic thing?"
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, that rolls off the tongue very satisfyingly." And I assumed, I
There's
assumed,
something to say about
uh,
phonetics. I think because of what it means to me, I can't hear it in any other way. But I think because I
yeah,
was
which
studying
is
phonetics in like year 12 and stuff, and like one thing that we look at is like the separation of semantic meaning in words, and one of the most interesting examples is phlegm. Is that a nice sounding word?
no,
Because of what it is, but like the sound f and like with the letter with like an L sound fl and m. So the m is it's adjacent to a nasal and a vowel continuant. L is also a vowel continuant, and f is a softened fricative. So phonetically based on understandings of what is pleasant to the anglophone ear, phlegm, like fleur, for instance, because if you don't know how to read, if you don't know what phlegm is spelled like, you think that you're calling her phlegm.
yep,
So fleur, that's quite nice, but phlegm is a very similar word, yet because of its semantic meaning, is gross. But if we remove all that, to the anglophone ear, it would sound really nice.
yeah.
Which I think is a fascinating study. I don't do much phonetics anymore. I'm like all literature now, which I'm a little sad about. I miss doing the fun stuff. But I can include it in my analysis. What's really fun is being
Yeah.
able to apply that like really in-depth knowledge of syntax and grammar to historical work, because I could not do that before. Well, I could do a degree, but not like I couldn't base something on it. I just like the amount of things you can put into a study or like what you could focus on is crazy. Like there was this girl who was talking to us about her master's study because she used to be an English and history student, and she's doing a 6,000 word essay on the use of the word gypsy in Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. And it's only used twice. Out of all of Shakespeare's combined works, the word is used 3 times, but it's used twice in Antony and Cleopatra. So she's examining why. It's 6,000 words, the usage of a word twice. Which just seems insane.
Okay. I mean, obviously, I don't know much about that, but that does feel like.
Though, as someone who does that kind of study, that is crazy. Like literally, because she talked about it, and there was another girl who was talking about her own master. She was on the more history side, and she looked at her and said, "What?" She was like, "Yeah." Whilst they were in the middle of talking to us, it was really funny. But
I don't. Well, yeah. From my perspective, literature analysis.
Yeah.
Which was something that I was apparently good at in GCSE level, and then just didn't go on to do anything more with. Like, I've got no fucking clue how I got a 9 in that. I failed my English SATs and then went on to do that.
Hey, well done. A 9 is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how I got any of my 9s, but...
You got multiple?
Yeah, maths and 1/2 of double science.
So 4 total?
No, 1/2. So I got a 9 and an... Okay, 9 in maths, 9 in English literature, and then a 9 and an 8 in double science.
So 3.
And then everything else was an 8 besides German and art. And the only reason art was a 5 is because they lost my fucking portfolio book.
Oh, that's bullshit. You're allowed to get something out of that, I think, if they do that.
Yeah, well, I wasn't heartbroken about it, to be perfectly honest.
No, they did my sister dirty. Like, the exam board in my year, like, for art specifically, absolutely fucked us over. Like, I don't, like, you know how I am. I'm not gonna be, like, super, I don't know, up my own, I mean, maybe I am actually up my own ass, but I pretend I'm not, but I try not to be, like, super, what's the word? Like, prideful and stuff. And, like, you know that, like, I'm very diligent. I take my work very, very seriously. And I'm, try hard, fundamentally. So, obviously, I would do everything in my power to get an A star in art. And, like, I don't think my work is bad, per se. Like, I think there's, like, definitely areas that need to be cleaning up. I'm trying to make somewhat of a living out of art, but, like, I got a C. And it just sucks.
Yeah, that's confusing.
I know. Like, you know my shit. Like, I could show you my final pieces and the, like, because I was being told I was working at a B for a really long time. I turned it around because I kept asking my teachers what I needed to do, and they're like, yeah, you're probably working in an A now. Only one person in my class got an A, and she wasn't the best in the class. Like, my teachers would straight up admit that. Like, no offense to her. She was lovely. But she was not the best, and she did not have the best book based on their understanding of the exam board. So they had to completely re-understand what the exam board meant. Which is just fucking ridiculous, because it fucked over, like, I think, like, at least and probably the rest of oh, they're just fucking, they're so annoyed that I'm gonna delete that later. Fuck. I will delete that later. Probably look up any videos.
Yeah, I don't know about art and the rest of...
Like, my sister, it wasn't just A-Level, though, it was GCSE. Like, my sister, she got such a low grade that she was so disheartened she didn't want to continue art anymore. Like, just even, like, for hobby. It's horrible. And they lost a lot of GCSE work. They didn't lose my sister's, but they did lose a lot. My parents were
Also, I would like to point out that you did just, like, name drop the school.
I said that. I'm gonna cut it. I will cut it.
Okay.
I said that, and I feel really stupid.
Simple solution, just, like, yell as loud as you can, and it will make a peak in the audio file.
No, I will no, I do listen to everything, like, as I edit. My editing process is I do at least listen to everything again, because I don't want to miss anything.
Damn.
There's probably a more efficient way to do it, but I just skip when there's silence, and also just listen for, like, is this relevant? And I also skip out, like, when the art's not moving, because unless the conversation's good enough to be entertaining on its own, which sometimes it is.
No, I've got no idea how to edit down streams. Like, I've only been given commercial stuff to do for practice at the moment.
I just, like, cut the silences and pauses in speech, which are really funny, because everybody sounds, like, so much more put together. Like, the funny part is, I don't cut the stammering, but I do cut the pauses, just to make it all faster, and usually most streams will fold in half. But it does take, like, a week, because I have other shit to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's a peak. Just elbowed my mic. This is my dinner. I'm gonna send a picture. I love this. From what I understand of the quote-unquote internet girl dinner, I think that is what it is. This is my breach into femininity.
Dinner, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know about it until someone I like on the internet spoke about it. Because I do not keep up with the interwebs. I am basically a granny.
Oh, that is girl dinner right there.
I am so, demure and mindful. Yeah. That's what the kids say.
Yeah. Well, to even it out now, you need to try boy dinner at some point.
Okay, what's boy dinner?
I'm not.
That way I can harvest the genders through dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just cake and focaccia. It's amazing. It's so much, like, fat and stuff. Also, I was looking at it's like, it's also like a store-bought cake, so there's a lot of stuff in there that's like, should that be in a cake? Whatever, it tastes good. Oh, but also it tastes American, and it makes me feel nostalgic. And I just
something tasting American isn't a good thing.
It tastes nostalgic. Let me have nostalgia.
Yeah. It's just, your nostalgia is for lead water and Red 40.
Oh, shut up. I don't know what that is.
Okay. So, do you want to... Okay, Do you know the difference between American Fanta and English Fanta?
Oh, yes, I've seen it. No, it's just because I don't drink
Uh,
fizzy drinks, so I don't know anything about them, but I have seen the meme.
the exact sort of statistics on it.
I appreciate you Googling shit for me. It's very nice.
Oh, it's fine. It's part of the conversation. They are drastically different colors.
Yeah.
So they use red 40 primarily as the food coloring, which is a chemical that is very, very bad for you.
Yeah.
It contains no orange juice whatsoever.
Yep.
And vast amounts more sugar. Well, more. Let me find the exact amount more sugar.
Sounds American to me.
Oh yeah, 3 times as much sugar as the UK version.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because
I've seen people like make tables out of it, like the amount of sugar based on like, where it is. You know, even if this, I never do numbers on Twitter, but I'm having fun doing this. It's actually been a good exercise for like playing with my art style, so I appreciate this.
Nice. Yeah, so US Fanta has high fructose corn syrup, while the UK uses sugar.
Yeah.
And the UK version uses carrots, pumpkins, and orange for the the coloring. I think that's the majority of the difference. Also, not to bring politics into this, but
we always bring politics into this.
Yeah, we do. The tariffs on all American products.
I don't want to hear about the tariffs because I have stocks and it's triggering. Okay.
Oh, but the people are going to be doing so much healthier now.
One good thing.
Because American products are so crap.
Because the annoying thing about it is like just the craziness that's going on means that you can't rely on the whole thing of that markets will always grow. Like there's a name for that like theorem. But because of the crazy shit, we can't fucking rely on that. And so much of stock is just in the US, and so many US things are just like trading off, and like across the world are trading off, so it's losing a lot of value. And I am very young, so I do have the benefit of time to like reap what was once lost. But it's also like, what if they fundamentally change shit? It just sucks. Because it's so freaking... It's so freaking integrated.
Yeah. No matter what sort of theorem it is, whether it be communism, capitalism, whatever, it's like a...
It's always capitalism. They still do that shit.
Yeah, capitalism, but it's always... It's like an exponential equation that will never reach perfection, because literally, it is not. There is no model that works. It is just how close can you get it to working, and some places like getting it close. Some places like tariffs.
I don't actually remember what your original outfit looked like, because I've mixed up the colors. Okay, so many times. I've just been chatting back and forth with my dad and my granddad about it, and like what to do and stuff. Because my granddad's like really into stocks, so just gonna give me advice and stuff, and my dad doesn't have the time for it, but will talk about it. We just try to do our best. And we need to get on top of taxes at some point, because the US has to be complicated.
Yeah, no, US citizenship is literally a nerf.
Yep.
Like, it is a flaw on your character sheet.
Yeah. It just means, like, it'd be very difficult to go back if I get rid of it, and I don't want that hassle.
Yeah. Though, fun fact, I'm going to be an Irish citizen soon.
Oh, nice!
Yeah. By complete fucking technicality.
Hey, you fancy that?
My grandma was just born in Ireland.
Yeah.
Before it split up.
Yeah.
So, and then immediately moved out after being born. So, she is technically an Irish citizen, and 2 generations down is applicable for Irish citizenship.
Nice.
So, guess I'm a European citizen again.
Hey! That's nice.
It will be eventually, hopefully.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sick. Okay.
Thing I was saying before, I think just when you lost connection. My university course requires the use of so many pieces of software.
Yeah.
And gives us keys to absolutely none of them.
Oh, that's so annoying.
I'm basically exhausting any email I have access to just use free trials of them.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I think this is like the 3rd time that I've had to make a new Max MSP account to do coding work.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Actually, I think I might have an example of boy dinner that I made back in first year of university. It is fucking. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually just complete lunatic behavior. But
Oh, so boy dinner is just lunacy.
yeah, probably. See, I had 1 enchilada left for dinner, and that was not enough.
Yeah.
And so I took matters into my own hands, and I had eggs. I had access to eggs. Okay, I'm not sure if I can find this. I cooked an omelette with an enchilada in the middle of it.
That sounds really weird.
It was actually really nice. I mean, imagine the normal insides of an enchilada, but it's also got a bit of like cooked egg cooked into it.
But I don't like scrambled eggs or like that kind of cooked egg texture.
I'm sure it was
lovely, but I can't do the texture.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do the hair. Whoops. If I want to be famous for anything with my art style, I want it to be by the way I do hair. Because that's like something I'm super proud of, just the way I do hair.
Nice.
Man, it's fun.
I mean, I did a bit of a lunatic thing with the dinner I made tonight.
What'd you do?
I made normal pasta.
Mm-hmm.
Normal sort of, I don't know the name of the like pasta sort of tubes sort of things. And then I looked at it and was like, I don't think that's enough for 2 days of food. So I put little sheets of lasagna on top of it. And so I made a lasagna, but the inside is just more pasta.
That sounds unflavorful and gross.
It was it was like full on tomato pasta bake.
Oh, okay.
Like the sauce was 50% of the meal.
Mm-hmm.
Like it had marinated tofu, it had olives, it had
Damn, that's fancier
beans.
than what I do.
Oh, I stole the marinated tofu from my parents. Like I when I came back.
I need to do
from
shadow
weekend,
studies more often because this is actually looking really sick. Full disclosure, like this is a tracing, but I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love also the concept of this. I think is just really cute. Like some girl just sees another just working out, and like she's just really buff, and she's like, "Whoa!" That's very me. I would too stare. I'm not better.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of shading, all of the trailers for Invincible seasons.
I don't see trailers.
In all of the trailer shots that they do before the season, they add detail to them that aren't in the actual show.
Yeah.
Because the actual show isn't that well animated, to say the least.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
unfortunate. Well, not unfortunate, it's just lazy. Well, no, it's Amazon being stingy. It's not the animators being lazy. They're doing a great job, but Amazon is a stingy motherfucker.
Yep, very true. So I approve of the boycotts. Oh, I'm gonna need a book. Okay, I need to get my books off eBay because I can't go to Amazon. Whatever, Amazon's more expensive. I'd appreciate it if, like, business people would stop being fascist so I can buy from them ethically. What's happened?
Oh no, Max MSP is slightly smart. Not smart enough, but smart enough to make my job annoying.
What's it done?
They've got detections to see whether a machine has already used a free trial.
Oh.
So it's virtual machine time. Luckily, I already have one of those for legal purposes.
Yes, the most legal.
No, actually, no. Using it for malware detection isn't illegal. That's actually quite legal, I think.
Is the browser Brave malware?
Maybe? Why?
I was asking because I was told by, I think Stolen told me that it was. And I saw a friend of mine use it. I was like, I think that's Chinese malware. And he was like, well, I was told by a different source it was actually quite good. Because I've only heard good things about it.
Just, I mean, if you want, like...
I
the
have
best
an ad
browser
blocker.
is...
It's very good.
That's not my point.
Oh.
The best browser is probably, well, depending on how much effort you want to put into it, I say Chromium. Not Chrome, Chromium.
I don't want to put effort in.
Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. Chrome is probably... I mean, you're still using Google search engine either way. You, like, no matter what browser you're using, you're probably using Chrome to some extent. Because everything's built off it. Like, Opera GX is built off... Firefox is built off Chrome. Even parts of Safari are. And Chromium is essentially just the source code with nothing else. That being said, though, as much negative things as there are to say about Opera, it is a European. I'm pretty sure it's a European-owned company, meaning that they have to abide by European laws instead of American laws, which are surprise, surprise, better for privacy purposes.
Yeah.
So. Oh yeah, I found because I got Just Roll with It Patreon recently. I was finishing Blood in the Bayou, which was another one of Slimesicle's campaigns.
Is it D&D or
this
is that
time
the
it's
vampire
Call of Cthulhu, which is even more brutal because you are just regular humans.
I know Call of Cthulhu.
There is, yeah.
Like my favorite, one of my favorite podcasting people are all like, half of them are like game designers. So whenever in their gaming podcast, whenever they take breaks, they'll do little one shots, and lots of the times they use Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, but Grizzly's character,
Yeah.
called Kian Stone, is a like celebrity singer.
Yeah.
And so they released a cover of his character, of him singing in his character.
Yeah.
Actually, I need to look into it whether it's actually an original song or not. Because it sounds too generic for it to be an original one. Or maybe that's why it is original, because it's generic. But yeah, he's a surprisingly good... Well, I say surprisingly, he's a pretty good singer.
That's quite cool.
But yeah, I don't think there's as much of him singing as there is of Slimesicle singing, but...
I believe that Slimesicle's a good singer. I don't know what
He
he's
just
done with
keeps
his hair
releasing-
recently.
It's fucking wild, isn't it?
it is very slimesicle, but it's also like, boy, what are you doing? You're on camera. Come on.
Yeah,
what's that?
no, that's useful actually, because that's sort of similar to how Kraken's hair's probably gonna look.
You want me to draw I can do that. It's your vision.
Yeah, I mean, Kraken's not a functional member of society. He doesn't give a shit about how his hair looks. He's literally like it's surprising he doesn't literally have twigs in it.
I could put twigs in if you want.
That doesn't really make sense. He's kind of teleported too many times, and I don't think that would go with him.
I used to put twigs in my hair. They stay. I used to put my
Okay,
pencil
you've
case in my
never
hair.
teleported though. You know you.
Okay, fine. I've never teleported, but I have attest to having put things in my hair before. Like, I used to stick pencils in there, and I would sometimes put other bits of my pencil case in there. But teachers look at me weird and be like, "You've got pencils in your hair." And I'm like, "Yeah," and then they got used to it.
Fair enough.
I don't know if they thought like I was just purposely being weird, or like, I don't know, wanting attention, or that people were being annoying. I think what they thought was that people were being dicks and putting pencils in my hair, and I just hadn't noticed. But no, I put them there because I just loved being able to stick my hand to my ponytail and grab a pencil and be able to draw. And I forget it's there lots of the time. Great, I've got another spam message. How do I delete this?
Yeah.
I deleted it!
Congratulations.
I did a thing in Twitch. For digital artists, I have such bad understanding of technology. I don't know, maybe a lot of us do have, like, a lot of us are supposedly as edits. I don't know, I'm a type of idiot. I don't think I'm the type of idiots that a lot of artists are, but I am a type. I'm stupid in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I don't really know the artist stupidity.
Artist stupidity is like it's usually academic stupidity in terms of like maths and shit. Or like being like quote unquote smooth brained is like usually what's attributed to artists. That's why we draw. I don't think I'm that type. I think I'm just common sense stupid.
Yeah.
Well, then there's just like, yeah, you're just stupid. It's okay. Or
Yeah.
there's no it's okay problem. It's just, yeah, you're stupid.
No, the only thing that I've said before, the only thing similar to what this is that I've seen was the Honeycast, and I only saw bits of that. So.
Okay, I think I'm done with those. Cute. Thanks for watching. You can catch us on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. GMT at twitch.tv/rocketnbetavitas. My and everyone's socials will be below. See you next time.